Hey, welcome back to the My Cross His Grace podcast radio. This is Joseph. On episode 2, we talked about getting you guys out on a hike. Well, I figured before we even do that, let's talk a little bit. Not that you need all of this gear to go out and have and enjoy a hike, but I figured let's take advantage of it and talk about seeing where someone could start at and where they could ultimately end up with. Now, for example, I have a 29-pound pack here that I take with me when I go hiking. I do not need all of the stuff that's in this pack on those hikes. I keep it for myself. I keep it also for folks who might also need what I have if I come across them. And because it is 29 pounds, it is something that you're carrying, forces you to burn more calories, and as a result, if you're trying to lose weight, you will. If you're trying to maintain it, you'll do that as well. But I like having the gear with me in case I need it for any reason. Most important thing that you need is footwear. You want to make sure you're wearing the proper footwear, that you have a laced shoe, not a sandal or a flip-flop. With that, you could stub your toe, twist an ankle, get bitten by a snake. We don't want that to happen. Next best thing is water. You want, say, 2 bottles of water going in on a 4-mile hike, 2 coming out. Throw in a bottle of Gatorade for summertime, say, and you're more than good to go, but you need that. For those on the advanced level, something you might consider is smart water bottles. Smart water in particular, because the bottle's easier to work with, doesn't make as much noise when you squeeze it or you're moving around, but it also serves another function. With the smart water bottles, you'll notice in the store that you can buy them with a flip top on it, and there's a larger size that it's not a flip top, it's just a screw on top. You want one with the flip top and one without. Here's why. Make sure they're different sizes in terms of ounces. You'll notice that one bottle is a little wider than the other, and I believe that's the taller of the two. What you want to do is you want to cut that one right about at the shoulder of the bottle, completely across the top once it's empty. And you'll notice that a bottle like this size would fit right inside of that other one. Then you got the flip top to use like that. But why even bother? Why is that necessary? Well, if you were somewhere, let's say at a river, a small stream, even a rock, and you had to get water off of that rock or from that stream, how would you do it? Ideally, you would need something that you could hold against the rock or in the stream, that you could get the water and put it into a bottle like this. But once it's in here, you don't want to just drink it. You might have to if you had no other choice, but ideally you want to filter it, whether it's coming out of a beautiful stream or river or even a lake. You want to filter it with something like a Sawyer water filter, which on average cost about this here, $30. You would twist on that Sawyer water filter to a bottle like this. And then, using that twist cap, which I already have one on here, you've already got the water in the bottle that you collected from the river or the lake or the stream. Put on the Sawyer water filter, and you can drink right from that filtered water. This filter is good for over 100,000 gallons, and so this will serve you really well. So that's how that device works. Not for the average hiker, but let's say for the average to advanced, it's a good piece of gear to have in your backpack if you go out as often as I do. You want to make sure that when you find water and collect it, that you're filtering it properly, and that you can drink it as you need to, because it could be life-saving. You could use that water not only to drink with, but to cook with, and in that example, you're more than good to go. Another option for you is the camel packs. You can put that in your backpack and draw on that as needed. You can get them in 2 and 3 liter size, and that option is your choice, just so long as you got good water to go in and out with. You don't need trekking poles, but they are pretty helpful to have. And when I first saw people using them, I thought, hey, are these people crazy? They're walking around like they're skiing in the summertime or something. What's the deal with that? But if you're walking around with a backpack like this, 29 pounds, your center of gravity is going to be off. So that being the case, having poles to hold on to going up inclines and coming down them is especially helpful, because instead of just having 2 points of contact with the ground, now you got 4, your left and right foot and your left and right trekking pole. And I tell you, once you start using them, you don't want to go out without them. This set here cost about $40 off of Amazon, and I use them almost all the time, and I've had them for like 8 years, and the only 8 years or more, and the only thing I've ever had to change out was the rubber things on the bottom, which they give you extras if you need them, and if you run out of those, you could always order those accessories easily online from Amazon. Those are my favorite and the ones I use all the time. I have another pair called Black Diamond, which is the ones everybody wants who is, let's say, pro. And instead of $40, these cost $100. And the benefit, or the reason why I bought these, was an international trip climbing Mount Vesuvius. I needed something that would go into the luggage easily, and so this wraps up like that. They're guaranteed for life, and you know, it's nice. It's very nice, in fact. But the truth of the matter is, I actually just used the ones that I showed you a moment ago, which is the name brand on it is Cascade. Let's see, Cascade Mountain Trekking Pole. Was only about $40 on Amazon. Like I said, excellent deal. Has nothing's ever gone wrong with them. And if you're buying multiple because you're going with other people and everybody's got the same, you might want to mark it with a different color electrical tape so you know which ones are yours. But those are good to have on a hike. Another thing you might consider is, if you're going with more than one person, is the two-way radios that go for like 2 or 4 miles distance apart. So if you got somebody in front or behind, you could stay in touch, alert to hazards, and pass along good information. Another thing is, whatever hat you wear, you might want to also spray the hat with insect repellent, so that if you're coming along an area where there's those fruit flies or whatever you call them, no-see-ums, which can be really annoying, spray the hat and put that on your head, and that'll keep them away from bothering you. We'll talk some more.